Disclaimer: this is a work of fiction created for entertainment purpose only, not affiliated with BTS or Big Hit Entertainment. Characters and storylines are fictional and for entertainment purpose only. If you are homophobic, then please just leave. Tigers Bunny promote respect and kindness. The clock on the wall tickled softly in the quiet living room. It was already past midnight. The lights were dim, and only the warm glow of the small lamp lit up the couch where Theon sat. He wasn't relaxed, his arms were folded, his jaw tight, and his eyes fixed on the front door. Finally, after what felt like hours, the lock clicked and the door opened. Jungkook stepped inside, trying to move quickly. He placed his bag near the shoes and sighed in relief, thinking Theon might already be asleep. But then, Theung, late again, Theung's deep voice broke the silence. Jungkook froze. He looked up and saw Theung sitting on the couch, his sharp gaze on him. The younger bit his lips, scratching the back of his neck nervously. Jungkook, I was just Yoongi, I can explain. Theung, no excuses. Theung's voice was calm but firm, almost too calm. He stood up slowly, the loose fabric of his shirt falling off one shoulder, his expression unreadable. Jungkook's heart started racing. He knew this look. Taehyung walked closer, each step echoing in the still night. When he stopped in front of Jungkook, he leaned down, his lips brushing Jungkook's ear as he whispered, Taehyung, in bedroom now. Jungkook swallowed hard. He didn't argue. He simply nodded and walked toward the bedroom, his legs already feeling weak with both fear and anticipation. Taehyung smirked as he followed behind, shutting the door softly. Tonight was not going to be ordinary. Jungkook sits at the edge of the bed, head lowered. His fingers nervously twist the bedsheet while his legs bounce slightly. The room is dim, only the soft lamp on the nightstand glowing. Theung enters slowly, shutting the door with a soft click. Theung walks closer, his eyes locked on Jungkook's voice, slow but heavy. Look at me, Jungkook. Jungkook lifted his head hesitantly, his big eyes already shimmering with nervousness. Hyung leans down a little, tilting Jungkook's chin with his fingers, smirking faintly. You were bold outside, acting like you could ignore me. Jungkook gulped cheeks, hearing whispers. I wasn't ignoring you. Taeyong, his thumb brushes Jungkook's lower lip, voice calm but sharp. Don't lie to me, Bunny. You know exactly what you did. Jungkook bites his lips softly, avoiding Taeyong's gaze. His heart thumps hard as Taeyong straightens up. Taeyong steps back slightly, folding his arm, voice firm. On your knees. Jungkook, eyes wide and his breath catches. He hesitates, then slowly slides down the bed, kneeling on the soft carpet. Theon smiles in satisfaction, walking around him slowly, circling like a predator. That's better. Pause behind Jungkook, his hands brushing slightly over Jungkook's shoulder, making him shiver. Tonight is punishment night, Bunny. You will listen to everything I say. Jungkook whispers, his ear turned red. Yes, Junggi. Theon leans down to whisper close to his ear, voice deep and teasing. Good boy, don't move unless I tell you to. Jungkook's whole body tenses, his breath quickens, his knees brush against the carpet as he lowers his head, fully under Theon's control. The room filled with heavy silence, broken only by Jungkook's shaky breaths. Theon stands tall in front of him, his eyes sharp yet calm. The air is heavy. Jungkook kneels on the soft carpet, head bowed, his chest rising and falling quickly. Theon, deep voice, low and clear. Do you know why you are here on your knees, my sweet trouble? Jungkook gulps, voice trembling. Because I came late, Yoongi, I didn't listen. Theon nods, brushing his finger lazily through Jungkook's hair, tugging it just slightly. That's right, you disobeyed me. My pup leans closer, whispering against his ear. And what happens to my naughty baby when he disobeys? Jungkook cheeks burning red, lowering his eyes, whispering, he gets punished. Taeyong smirks, tilting Jungkook's chin up roughly, their eyes locking. Exactly, voice stop teasing. But don't forget, my little one, punishment is not hate, it's love. I love you too much to let you act spoiled outside. Jungkook's tears prick at his eyes, whispers shakily, I know Yongi, I'm sorry. Taeyong softens for a moment, that wiping the tears away, then his tone sharps again. Hands behind your back, my baby boy. Jungkook obeys instantly, putting his hand behind him, his shoulders stiff, his eyes flicker with fear and thrill. Theon paces slowly around him like a predator, circling prey, voice deep and firm. Tonight my pup doesn't speak unless I ask a question. Do you understand? Jungkook nodded quickly, whispering, Yes, Yoongi. Theon chuckles darkly, brushing his hand over Jungkook's jaw, squeezing lightly. Good boy, you are learning already. The room stays heavy with silence broken only by Jungkook's shaky breath. Theon's shadows looms over him, promising a night of strict lessons and a tender control. Jungkook kneels on the carpet, his hands behind his back, his lips tremble as he stares at the floor. Theon paces slowly in front of him, each step heavy, making the silence sharper. Theon, low voice, calm but firm. My sweet trouble, do you know the truth tonight? Jungkook swallows hard, whispering nervously. Yes, I should not speak unless you ask Yoongi. Theon nods, smirking, running a finger along Jungkook's jaw. Good boy, my baby pup listens sometimes. Pauses, voice turning firm. But tonight I will see how much you really obey. Jungkook's breath hitches as Theon moves behind him. The older gently pushes on his shoulder, making him bend forward slightly on his knees. Theon, close to his ear, whispering with authority, Stay still, my little one. If you move, punishment doubles. Jungkook nodded quickly, his voice almost a whisper. Okay, Yongi. Theon chuckled slow, brushing his hand through Jungkook's soft hair, gripping it slightly. He tilts his head back, making him look up. Theon, dark eyes looking onto him, voice husky. Look at me, my pretty baby boy. Pauses, his thumb caressing Jungkook's lips. You think you can come late, smile at others, and test my patience? Jungkook shaking his head desperately, eyes wide. No, Yongi, I didn't mean to. Theon cuts him off sharply, tightening his grip on his ear. Rule number one broken. You spoke without permission. Jungkook's eyes widen, his heart pounding, his lips parted, but not sound come out as Theon's smirk deepened. Theon, low and dangerous. That means extra punishment now, my naughty bub. Jungkook lowered his head, guilt and thrill mixing in his chest. His knees pressed harder in the carpet as he whispered softly. Jungkook, shaking. I will do better, Yongi. Theon leaning down, pressing his lips near Jungkook's ear, whispering. You will, because I will train you tonight, my sweet baby boy, until you don't dare forget who you belong to. The room falls into thick silence again, only Jungkook's quickened breathing filling the space. Theon straightens his aura, powerful, preparing for the next part of the punishment. Jungkook stays on his knees, head lowered, his chest rising fast. Theon circles him slowly like a predator, his eyes never leaving the younger Theon. Voice low but sharp, my little pup, you broke a rule already. Do you think I will let that go so easily? Jungkook shaking his head quickly, whispering, No, Yoongi, Theon. Smith crouching down in front of him, lifting Jungkook's chin with two fingers. That's right, voice drops, teasing. You will be punished until my baby boy learns to behave. Jungkook bites his lip nervously, eyes closed. He stays still, his hands tightly locked behind his back, just as Theon ordered. Theon sternly, hands stay there. If you move them even once, my sweet trouble, the punishment gets worse. Jungkook whispers softly. Yes, Yongi. Theon chuckles slow, brushing his thumb across Jungkook's parted lips. Then suddenly his voice sharpened. Theon, count for me, my naughty baby. Jungkook blinks in confusion, whispering, Count what, Yoongi? Theon, eyes narrowing, gripping his ear tightly, voice dark. Count your punishments, my pup, each one loud and clear. Do you understand? Jungkook shaky, nodding. First, yes, Yoongi, I understand. Theon's make his aura heavy, his hands still tangled in Jungkook's hair. The air in the room is charged, every second stretching longer. Jungkook's lips tremble, but he stays still, waiting for the first strike of punishment. Theon whispers against his ear, deep and slow. Good boy, let's begin. Tonight, my little one, you will remember that you belong only to me. Jungkook gulps hard, whispering so softly it almost breaks into a whimper. Jungkook, shaky voice, only yours. Jungkook kneels on the soft carpet, head lowered, hands locked behind his back, his chest rises and falls quickly. The room is quiet except for the heavy tension. Theon stands before him, gaze sharp and unreadable. Theon, glow and firm. Ready for your punishment, my baby pup? Jungkook gulped hard, voice trembling. Yes, Yoongi. Taehyung slowly circled behind him. The air grows heavy suddenly. The first land sharp and echoing. Jungkook's gasp, his whole body jerked, but his hands stay in place as ordered. Taehyung commanding, count 8 minority 1, Jungkook's shaky voice, 1 Yoongi, Taehyung shriek, his hand landing again with more force. The sound filled the room. Jungkook cries out softly, pressing his knees harder on the floor. Taehyung raising a voice louder, my sweet pup, I want to hear every number. Jungkook breathed less louder this time. 2 Yoongi, Taehyung leans down, gripping his chair tightly, pulling his head back so their eyes met. His gaze burned with authority. Taehyung low turned, look at me while you take it, my baby boy, no looking away. Jungkook bit his lip, his eyes glossy with tears, but he obeys. The third lands. Jungkook whimpers, his voice cracking. Jungkook cheerful, shaky. 3. Taehyung stroked his cheeks for a moment with his thumb, almost gently before delivering another, harder this time. Jungkook gasped loudly, his body trembling. Taehyung smirking darkly. That's it, my pretty troublemaker. Take it all. Jungkook eyes closing, whispering brokenly. 4. Taehyung leans close, his lips brushed against Jungkook's ear. His voice is husky, dripping with both dominance and affection. Theon whispered, good boy, my strong little one, you are mine, and you will never forget who you belong to. Jungkook's chair slipped down, but a soft whimper leaves his lips as he whimpers in reply. Jungkook, weak but certain. Only yours, Yoongi, only yours. Jungkook collapsed forward slightly, his body trembled from the sting of punishment, his cheeks are wet with tears, but his hands are still locked behind his back exactly as Theon ordered. He looked so small, so fragile in that moment. Theon's voice softened, kneeling down in front of him. Enough, my baby boy, you did so well for me. Jungkook sniffles, lowering his head, his lips quivering. Theon gently reaches out, unlocking his hand and pulling him forward. The sudden freedom makes Jungkook sob softly in relief. Jungkook hiccuping, whispering, Yoongi, I tried. I didn't break the rules. Theon cupping his face, wiping his tears with his thumb. Shh, I know, my precious pup, you were perfect for me. Theon pulled him into a tight embrace, wrapping his strong arm around Jungkook. The younger buried his face into Theon's chest, his tears soaked through the fabric. Theon kisses the top of his head softly. Theon gently soothing, my little one, you are safe now. It's over. No more punishment, just me and you. Theung tied the hug, whispering into his ear, never Bunny, you are mine, always mine. Theung leans back a little, tilting Jungkook's chin up to their eyes met, his thumb brushing along his jaw, gently contrasting the earlier harshness. He plants a tender kiss on Jungkook's wet cheeks, then another on his lips, slow and soft, Theung whispering against his lips. You are my sweet baby, my everything. No matter how much I punish you, I will always love you more than anyone else. Jungkook's tears glistening as he whispers back, his voice trembling but full of emotion. Jungkook whispering, I love you too, Yoongi, more than anything. Theon smiles gently, kissing his forehead, and then pulls him into in lap, rocking him slowly like a child being comforted. The room, once filled with sharp sound of punishment, is now filled with only soft breathing as the warmth of their love. Theon carries Jungkook in his arm, bright side. The younger's body feels heavy with exhaustion, his head resting against Theon's shoulder. His cheeks are still damp with tears, but his lips curve into a faint smile, safe in his young's hold. Theon soft kissing his temple, my bunny, you did so well tonight. I am proud of you. Jungkook half asleep murmured, for you, Yoongi, always for you. Theon lays him gently on the bed, pulling the blanket over his body. He sits beside him, brushing the strand of hair away from his damp forehead. Jungkook reaches out weakly, fingers curling around Theon's wrist. Jungkook, whispering fragile, stay with me, don't go. Theon smiling tenderly, kissing his knuckles. Where else would I go? My precious pup, I am always stay. Theon leans down, kissing Jungkook's lips softly this time. No dominance, no harshness, just warmth. Their kisses slow, lingers, filled with love. Theon whispering against his lips, sleep, my little one. Tomorrow will be full of love and no punishment. Tonight you rest in my arms. Jungkook snuggles into his chest, his voice barely audible as sleep takes over. Jungkook murmuring, I love you, Yoongi, so much. Theon holding him close, stroking his back, and I love you more, my sweet baby, forever. The room grows quiet, the tension of earlier replaced by peace. Under the dim light, Theon watches over his sleeping bunny, his protective arms, never letting go. The night ends not with pain but with love. A reminder that even the harshest punishment are wrapped in the softest devotion. The end.